afternoon and happy lunchtime. Welcome to the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd, and it is a pretty quiet Tuesday across the region as we check on temperatures and a look at the forecast. Did just finish some tweaks to the forecast. I say tweaks because they are genuinely tweaks. There's not a lot of wholesale changes to be made over the next 7 days. Today's forecast made possible by Serve Pro with 3 locations in Monroe, West Monroe, Shreveport, and Natchez to serve you. That's technically 4 areas that I just named, but Monroe, West Monroe, 1 location, Shreveport, then Natchez. Hope that makes sense. We're in the upper 70s to low 80s in many spots this afternoon, even some mid-80s, but some upper 70s also hanging on as well. 84 in Monroe. That was just updated about 30 to 40 seconds ago. It was we were sitting at 80 last hour, now back up to 84. So quite the warm start to the afternoon. And if you're wondering where is that at in regards to yesterday, we're a few degrees warmer, 3, 4, 5 degrees warmer in most locations as the warming trend has begun, and it doesn't really stop from here. Winds have started to shift a little bit back out of the east, and you can thank a weak trough of low pressure, kind of an inverted trough of low pressure that will help to aid in that wind shift. Most of our winds are fairly light right now, and most of them in the 3 to 5 mile an hour range generally. As you look at the satellite, and you can see the cloud cover starting to pick up across southeastern Louisiana and southern Mississippi, again, in response to that kind of inverted trough, weak disturbance moving its way through the northern Gulf. But it's also colliding with a lot of dry air. So I can't really expect to see a whole lot of significant changes in the forecast in terms of what that will drive over the next 12 to 18 hours or so. Your radar products made possible by Brown's Roofing. Schedule your free inspection at brownsroofingla.com. And not a whole lot happening on the radar. Some storms in the Ozarks, and then the showers and storms that are festering closer to the coastline across portions of southern Mississippi and southeastern Louisiana. Again, most of that is generally just spotty activity, and most of that is confined to the coastline. Marlene asks, are there certain times of the day that you're live? Right now, morning, midday, evening. Typically between 7 and 8 in the morning, right around lunchtime, noon, right around this time. And then usually around 5 p.m., sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later. Kind of just feeling things out in terms of, instead of getting on a 2 set of a schedule at this point, obviously life changes. There's working from home, sometimes there's things that get a little chaotic and kind of stops things in its tracks, but also trying to curb our live weather forecast updates to fit with a lot of the informational updates that we get through the day. With a digital platform like this, we have a lot of freedom to kind of do what we want, and a lot of times I want to kind of make sure that I'm positioning these Facebook Lives, timing them out to where you get the latest information. Say we had a landfalling hurricane. Let's take a look at the water vapor imagery while I continue to drab on. Let's say we had a landfalling hurricane. We do not. There's not one. We don't. But say we did have one. Full updates from the National Hurricane Center come at 4 p.m., 10 p.m., 4 a.m., 10 a.m., so it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense to do a live stream at like 3:45 in the afternoon when you know you're going to get that full update at 4 p.m. And so on and so forth. Same with Storm Prediction Center updates, computer model updates. Those model updates come in at kind of awkward times during the day, and so just kind of trying to curb to that. So maybe, hopefully one day I'd like to be on a little bit more of a set schedule, but trying to bend and flex with, again, how the forecast takes its turns. Thanks so much for the question, and if you have questions as you join in, or if you just want to say hello, please say hello. That's the whole part of this, is to create an interactive weather platform so we all kind of learn about the atmosphere together. Water vapor imagery shows that drier air that's zapping the cloud cover and the rainfall. A quick check of Futurecast, again, made possible by Bayou Power Sports, and you can see that disturbance, trough, whatever you want to call it, as it makes its way westward today, probably leads to an increase to some degree of cloud cover. We're going to call it partly cloudy skies, maybe mostly sunny in some spots. Again, just depends on location. Not expected to really be a big hazard. That's the only pause I have in this graphic. Let's sit and watch while nothing happens. See, told you. Not a whole lot happening over the next several days. The warming trend continues. Winds start to shift a little bit, and that could lead to a little bit of an uptick in humidity in parts of this week and into the upcoming weekend. So if you saw the Too Long Didn't Read a couple hours ago, heat safety will become increasingly important as we start to approach the weekend, high school football plans and things of that nature. High temperatures for the rest of the afternoon, generally topping out in the mid to upper 80s. I would not be surprised to see the 90-degree mark in some spots, especially considering where temperatures are kind of sitting at lunchtime. Overnight lows tonight fall back into the mid to upper 60s. Some low 60s sprinkled in on the backside of the Ouachita Mountains, Camden, Magnolia, El Dorado, maybe as far south and west as Homer, and some of those areas could see 62, 63. But as you move farther south and east, especially as we get the influence of that cloud cover and that moisture to the south and east, that likely brings higher amounts of moisture and then also keeps the overnight lows a little bit warmer as well. Daytime highs tomorrow are gross. They get grosser from here. More gross, grosser. I don't know which one's grammatically correct. It doesn't matter. As we look at the 7-day forecast, it is not pretty, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed this morning and the last couple of mornings, because it takes the downward turn as temperatures take the upward turn through the second half of this week and into the upcoming weekend. Daytime highs in the mid to upper 90s. I think most locations probably stay south of the 100-degree mark. But morning lows upper 60s to near 70. So as you start to see those morning lows climbing, that's usually an indicator that the dew points are climbing as well. So humidity values are starting to climb back up there in the short term. Marlene, thanks so much for enjoying the cooler weather. Janet, good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us on the Digital Weather Desk. And again, a reminder that the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank, is a digital weather platform serving 33 counties and parishes across northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and western Mississippi. And it's made possible 100% free to you by the local businesses that you see there on your screen. How can you help? Well, it's pretty simple. Just follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can just search the Digital Weather Desk and you should be able to find us. Me and Stanley, Chief Forecaster. Follow us on those platforms, like, comment, share on all the content that I provide you. And then, of course, when you can, support our local business partners if you are so inclined, or if you can't support them or for whatever reason, just say thank you. Reach out to them and say, hello, thank you so much for supporting what we're doing here. Rest of the afternoon's pretty quiet. I have a few errands to run, including making a guest appearance at a school. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into it, but it has to do with going and visiting my son at his high school. We'll be back this afternoon with a look at the forecast as we go into the evening and beyond. See if there's any shocking changes out there. I don't think